Hi, Steve. It's Steve RC9. Well, I was just thinking about this. There are a lot of people from the fandom menace, the Chuds and all that, who are blaming the algorithm and, just anyone for a lack of views with their videos, for their channels and that. And there are people calling them out saying, well, it's just the grift, had a life cycle. And people are getting tired of the grift and tired of being promised and the same thing over and over again, and being told the same thing over and over again. Like, how many times can you believe that Kathleen Kennedy's been fired? How many times can you believe that Alex Kurtzman has been fired? And they just repeat the same stories over and over again, and people are just getting tired of it and growing out of it, basically, and their views are going down. But I have to say, as someone with a YouTube channel, and no, it's not a big YouTube channel, I don't get a lot of views, but I have noticed some weird anomalies. Like a little while ago, my channel was absolutely in the gutter. I was getting absolutely no views. I was getting no new subscribers, and it wasn't like there wasn't anything to talk about at the time. I was doing a lot of videos. I'm like, why is no one watching these? Normally people will be watching these. And the thought from certain people like Eric Debunks would be that people just don't want to hear my take on that. They don't want to hear me complaining about this anymore, blah, blah, blah. But I've noticed recently that all of a sudden, for no reason, even though there's not much on at the moment, like we just buried Fantastic Four and Superman, and Star Trek is finished for the year, and there's going to be nothing till like next year, and there's not a lot to talk about at the moment. And there was some speculation that all the Chuds are going to have to just go back to their old playlist because there's nothing to be outraged about at the moment. But suddenly my views are up, and like my subscribers are up by like four times from what I was getting a couple of weeks ago. And my views on some videos have gone up a lot. I'm getting more, and that's relative to like some of my videos where I only get like 10 or 20 views, So other ones are getting hundreds now, when a few weeks ago they were just getting like, a month or so ago, some of them were only getting like 10 or 20 views. And I'm like, I just felt, okay, I'm dead. YouTube is not promoting my channel at all. They're not showing any of my videos to anyone because I don't make money for them. And they only push what they think people are going to watch or what they want people to watch, not what people subscribe to or what people actually want to watch. So I know a lot of people subscribe to my channel because they like my videos, but I don't think they actually see them. They don't get an opportunity to see them. That's what I feel is happening, and it's always been the case. It's been fairly consistent. But I have noticed at the same time there's also been these trends where things have gone way up and then gone way down. So when the Chuds say that this is happening, I'm like, well, yeah, I've kind of experienced that too. I've noticed a huge drop. I had noticed a huge drop, which didn't seem to relate to anything. And now it's come back up again. So I do think the algorithm and certain trends and things do affect that. But at the same time, probably there are a lot of people who are sick of the Chud videos because that sort of, it has had a life cycle, I think. I do think you do kind of get tired of it. And the thing that I sort of found was interesting, that Eric Debunks was having a go at Eric July for, and I don't like Eric July. I think he's allowed himself to be used as a diversity shield, and he's just very insincere and has been. And he did a video, not that I want anything bad to happen to the guy, but I just have been looking at him going, really? But he did a video basically saying, don't do what I did, is how I took it. Don't chase the views, don't, just focus on the subjects that, are going to get the hits. Focus on what you actually like. You're better off having a smaller audience and talk about what you really like and what you care about than have a bigger audience chasing the stories you don't care about to get the views from the subscribers who don't even like you, just because they get more views, they get more money, basically. And I got what he was saying, and I'm like, I'm really surprised he's saying that. I think that's good. He took a step back, but apparently he jumped back on the Charlie Kirk train, so he's sort of back. He's sort of doing the grift again. But for a while there, he seemed to have stepped back and just been doing his own thing. And we've also seen people like is it Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers basically saying that, yeah, we run a grift. We pick a subject and create a narrative and just keep pumping out videos to get people's views. And they're all like, oh, you can't say that, but they do that. And the algorithm does reward stuff like that sometimes, but then other times I think it plays around with stuff like that. But yeah, so the people saying that their channels are being affected by the algorithm, or were recently, they probably were, because I noticed the same thing, and now it seems to have righted itself. So it's just really weird. Yeah, I just don't like it when people just are insincere. And I felt like Eric was being insincere. It's like, you know what he's saying. Clearly he's talking from his perspective, saying, I did this, don't do that. Focus on just the things you actually like. You'll basically enjoy it more. And even if you have a smaller audience, at least you can stand what you're doing. So I totally got what he was saying. And like I said, I don't like him. But if he focuses on just what is important to him, like comics, and doesn't chase all the grift stuff, then, that's good, because that's what I don't like him for doing that stuff. But yeah, I just sort of had to comment on that, because I still see people saying, no one likes you anymore, and that's what's happening. I'm like, maybe in some cases that is the case. Maybe things are drying up. There's not much to talk about at the moment. But there's also definitely trends and things that the algorithm influences. And trying to deny that is very insincere, I think.